Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my review of Srigala. Srigala is a 1981 Indonesian slasher film. But it's not just any Indonesian slasher film, it's the Indonesian, dare I say, ripoff of Friday the 13th. At least the second half of it is, but there's more to it, so let me explain. A group of scuba divers takes their motorboat out onto a lake to search for treasure. Around the same time, a group of young people arrive at the lake, where they'll be camping nearby. Nina, who is the final girl of this slasher film, and her friends pitch their tent and decide to go swimming. While in the lake, Nina almost drowns, but she is rescued by the scuba divers. One of the scuba divers is a guy named Tommy, and he's played by Barry Prima, who was a famous Indonesian actor and martial artist. Speaking of martial arts, a little while later, Nina and her friend Hesty get into a martial arts style fight. It's sort of foreshadowing for something that will happen even later in the movie. At one point, Nina and her friends watch the scuba divers from the woods as they dive for gold. But what the divers find is a coffin, and they open it to reveal a corpse. Nina and her friends are spooked by this, and Nina is affected the most. That night, she has a really awesome nightmare of zombies creeping out of the lake, chasing her. It's a really fun sequence. Another exciting sequence is when the killer, who dresses all in black, including a black ski mask, is chasing the motorboat of the scuba divers. The killer is in a motorboat as well, and the chase results in an explosion. When a big storm begins, so does the Friday the 13th remake aspect of the film. Nina and her friends are invited to come stay at the cabin where the scuba divers are staying. They all gather together inside to stay safe from the storm. Of course, no one is really safe because the killer is there to pick them off one by one. It's obvious that the second half of Srigala blatantly rips off Friday the 13th. But that's not a bad thing, it's just like an Indonesian remake of the film. Even the killer's reveal is pretty much spot on. That scene is followed by the final confrontation between Nina and the killer. It's an extended chase scene with a back and forth battle. Nina's martial arts skills from earlier play a role here. It all leads up to one final jump scare, which is not just reminiscent, but shot for shot, Friday the 13th. But it's not Jason that pulls Nina off the boat. I'll leave it at that. Srigala is Friday the 13th at a campground in the Indonesian jungle. Released in 1981, that puts it exactly at the peak of the 80s slasher craze. The filmmakers took an American slasher classic, ripped it off, and it paid off. Of course, they added their own spin to it, which I think worked well. I like the whole buried treasure storyline. I also really love the zombie sequence, which I mentioned earlier. There is some blood during the kills, but unfortunately many of them were done off-screen. Most of the kills are also shot from the point of view of the killer, which is not an uncommon slasher trend. As much as I love Friday the 13th, and of course consider it to be a slasher classic, I've made it clear that I have some issues with the chase scene at the end. The pace of the chase, if you will, has always been a little slow for me. Srigala, in my opinion, improves on that, and I actually prefer the final confrontation in this movie. Srigala is just a super fun 80s slasher film I think any slasher fan would enjoy. In fact, I'd be surprised if an 80s slasher fan didn't like this. Unfortunately, the film was never released on any format in the US, and has only ever been released in Indonesia. Even there, it was only released on VCD. This here is a DVD copy I made myself for my own personal collection. I truly feel like my Friday the 13th collection would not be complete without it. So tell me, have you seen Srigala? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.